All right. Here we go. Kickoff ready to go. Welcome back to DC Roofing Stadium. It's the 11U matchup between the Cocoa Tigers, who are looking to go 3 for 3 today, against West Melbourne, who's looking to win their first of the day. This is their third game as well. The Tigers in the orange and the black, of course. There's an onside kick that will not travel 10 yards. And this will be a flag. And the 11U game, same idea, same tone. Number 1, West Melbourne is the top seed. They're 7-2. Coco's 4-4. If you like fireworks, these two teams delivered it last week. West Melbourne hung 55 in their semifinal win. Cocoa with 45 of their own in that game. And not a great onside kick. These two teams, for all the offense they showed last week, the last time these two teams played, it was a West Melbourne win in 10-0 back on September 13th. As this one is brought to you by Ubrazati. West Melbourne will be in the white with the blue. The Tigers in the orange with the black. And turns, gives, and see a little more speed here. And the quarterback turns and hands off to number 4. And that is Jaden O'Connor. And the quarterback is Owen Moreau. 2nd and 3 after a gain of 7. Just underway here at DC Roofing Stadium, home of the Palm Bay Pirates and Florida Tech Panthers. The up back is number 22. That's Jake Cochran. And Cochran's going to false start, and that's going to back West Melbourne up 5 yards. So it's going to be, they're going to call that on Cocoa. Don't like that call at all. Cochran leaned first in the backfield. They missed it. 1st and 10, though, as the Broncos, the West Melbourne Broncos, as they are known by, catch a break, pick up a first down. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. Absolutely beautiful day for football. And again, give nice cut outside as he flows with his blockers. Stopped in there after a 4-yard gain by number 19. We're going to call him Riley M. So 2nd and 7. Riley Melchizedek, I think is how you pronounce that. So Melchizedek with the stop. And now West Melbourne spreads them out. 3 wide receivers, 2 backs, 1 sidecar left and right for Morrow. And Morrow looks, fires. He hung that one a little too high. The intended receiver on the play was Caden Murillo. And he hung that one just a little too high for Murillo, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 7. This is the 11U game, the 11U championship. West Melbourne head coach Ray Sims and the Cocoa coach Javante Weaver. So 3rd down, 4-down territory, quick pitch here. And trying to get the edge and running east and west against any Cocoa Tiger defense is never a good idea. And the theory proves true there. And that's going to bring up 4th and 9. As just too fast on the edges are the Tigers. Looks like number 22 for Cocoa. That's Owen Edwards got in there to make that stop. If indeed it is 22. So now it's 4th down and 9. Oh, he lets it fly. Caught wide open. Great pitching catch on the play there. How about that? Huh? Beautiful throw. Hauled in by Elijah Williams. First and 10 at the 12. What a play on fourth down. Circle that one. 13-yard line. Morrow under center. Get this camera right. Timeout by Coco and Ray Sims. Or not Ray Sims. Javante Weaver, Darius Allen, Markale Bell, Randy Bookert, Freddie Booth, Lloyd, Jordan Whitfield. They want to talk to the guys here about why that fourth down play can't happen again. Excellent rollout by the quarterback, Owen Morrow, on that one. And he just found his guy, drilled it right into his chest. .707 to play in the opening quarter. Coco won the flag game and the 8U game. And it was the Fort Pierce Firehawks in the last game over 2 18-0 scores as Fort Pierce beats West Melbourne 18-0. The Outlaws. Spurs fell 18-0. And Coco defeated the Melbourne Chargers Elite in the best game of the day thus far in the flag division. That 13-12. The extra point, the difference in that one is the Broncos hustle back out onto the field. The deep back is Jaden O'Connor. As Coco gets the defense set. Morrow. Oh, what a counter. What a counter inside. Well done. Well done by West Melbourne. As number 2, Kingston Etienne took that. You got to run that. I mean, you got to be fast on that counter inside. And Etienne and Morrow got that down to a science. First and goal for West Melbourne from the 3. Hand off and into the end zone for a West Melbourne touchdown is Jake Cochran. And the Spurs Broncos score on the opening drive of the game on a Cochran 3-yard run. The big play on that drive, though, the fourth down conversion on the pitch and catch play from Morrow to Williams. And on for the extra point. They'll try and kick this. Did he get that? Yes, he did. That ball hit the hit the crossbar and slid over. And with 6:30 to play in the opening quarter, couldn't have started any better for West Melbourne as they lead it 8-0. So West Melbourne picking right up where they left off in their semifinal game as they hung 55 last week to get here. And right now score on their opening drive against Coco. And the Tigers are going to need a quick start here because it looks like right now they don't have an answer defensively for what West Melbourne is doing. And they are just simply executing. The offensive line played outstanding on that opening drive. And then they get the little extra point there that literally slid across that crossbar. Broncos set to kick off. And West Melbourne used to like the onside kick a lot. Some of you may remember the infamous open hot mic. And we're going to get offsides here. And that's going to back them up 5 yards. They did it in the Super Bowl like 3 years ago as broadcast. They kept onside kicking it, and the other team kept catching it, recovering it, and returning them for touchdowns. And I was like, what are they doing? And, of course, at halftime, I voiced an opinion that wasn't meant for the microphone, and the world heard it. And turns out in the second half, they kept onside kicking it, but in the second half, it worked out to their advantage, and they would go on to win the Super Bowl. Tells you what I know. As they'll back up. Or did they? I don't even know. So we're going to re-kick. And drills that into the ground. That ball's up in the air and nearly worked. As Coco will take over 1st and 10 at the 40. And here comes the Tigers offense for the first time today with 6:30 to play in the opening quarter. Alan Z with you here from DC Roofing Stadium. With the Palm Bay Pirates. Congratulations to the Cocoa Tigers varsity football team as they will advance to play next week. Calvary Christian, I believe, is the team that they will travel to over in Clearwater, Florida. Champ Smith last night with 4 touchdown passes to 4 different Tigers. Maul, Smith, White, and I believe Zay Hawkins caught one. And then Javion Scott and Zay Chappell with rushing touchdowns. And Coco easily takes out Newberry. Let's see if... Yeah, well, that's not going to work. As West Melbourne's defense, and guess who's there to greet the pile? That's number 4 and 55 got in there. 55 is Lennox Newsom. And 4, of course, is Jaden O'Connor. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 after no gain. Nice play there. Going to end the round. Markel Bell. I believe these were the 2 teams I was broadcasting live when I got the phone call back on September 13th of Caleb's accident and had to end the game to obviously get to the hospital, but we were broadcasting this game at Coco that day. 5 minutes to play in the opening quarter, 3rd and 3. And he goes nowhere, and that'll bring up 4th down. It was Bell again. Heavy package coming in. Jason Parker, big number 4, and then you see the big man in the backfield here on 4th and about 1.5 for Coco. They're going to have 3 running backs in the backfield. The big man's going to keep it, and he's going to pick up the 1st down. That's one way to get it. Nice job there by number 44. Zaire Jones. When you see 44 in a Coco Tiger jersey, you know, it just brings up great memories of players of the past that wore that number for the Tigers. Day White. Think of one right off the top of my head. So 1st and 10 for Coco at the West Melbourne 48. Under center, motion. They hand it off on the around, but West Melbourne read it well. And Caden Jordan goes down. In on the stop was Caden Murillo. So 2nd and 11, because that's a loss of 1. .303. And again, oh man, he lost the ball and then caught it out of midair and turned that into a big run. He actually lost the ball, turned, grabbed it, hauled it back in, and then took off for 12 yards. Bell, and that's a Cocoa Tiger first down, 1st and 10 at the West Melbourne 37 now. Bell brought down after a short gain, 2nd and 9. Hadley's giving him 3 yards. I can't see it. I mean, I know the chain gang is just kind of like in their own little world today, but ain't no way that was 3-yard pickup. Two games left after this one. Had to stop and give it to him, and I think the little hesitation, unless he can cut the corner. Oh, what a great backside tackle over there. And I'll tell you what, might even been a first down saving tackle, but nonetheless a tackle by Jake Cochran. Cochran, who scored the touchdown, makes the tackle there, and that brings up 3rd and 4. Final 75 seconds of the first quarter here. I'll tell you what, this is the first time in the 9 years I've been doing this that we are dead spot on time 4 games into this thing today. Impressive job by the ACYAA today. Impressive job. The big man again with it, and this time he is not going to have enough for a first down, and that is going to bring up 4th down and maybe 2.5, as they may let this quarter wind down here before running another play. I don't know how much time they have. Uh-oh. Offsides. And so the Broncos are going to give them a first down. And not only do they give them a first down, but they do so at the end of the quarter. But a quarter can't end. Quarter or half can't end on a defensive penalty. You're supposed to play an untimed down, but apparently we're not going to do that. Nope, we're not. All right, so off to the second quarter, where the Melbourne Broncos, West Melbourne Broncos, lead it 8-0. All right, following the offsides, here comes the Tigers offense. 1st and 10, ball on the 25 of the Broncos. A fresh 10 on the clock, a fresh set of downs. I formation for the Cocoa offense. All right, here we go. 2nd down and 7 for Cocoa. Single back formation now. Man in motion, though. And they'll give straight up the gut and hanging on there. It's a good job by West Melbourne just to hang on to allow others to get in and help make the tackle. And that was Cochran again that got in there and wrapped up around the waist, and that brings up 3rd down and 6. Oh, what a play. Great job by the West Melbourne defense and bending but not breaking, and that's a loss of 2. 1, actually. 4th and 7 now. And Cocoa looking for some answers here. Fourth down and 6. Tigers going to operate from an RPO pistol set. He's just going to turn and throw it up, and that's going to be intercepted by Jake Cochran. And Cochran could go all the way if he gets outside, and he is 50, 45, 40. Cochran down. That's not Cochran. 15, 10, 5. He's down at the 1-yard line. Nearly a pick six for Malik Hearns. Hearns with the pick that nearly led to a touchdown. That is how you turn a fourth down into a big play. Hearns read it the whole way. It's either 23 or 33, and I'm inclined to say if 33 is Malik Hearns, 23 is Huntley Kesey. One of those two guys with a great play, and my apologies. You can't, it's so frustrating that you can't see the full jersey number sometimes. But a great play. Now in the backfield is an I formation set and looking for Pott, and they're going to get it. Touchdown, West Melbourne into the end zone is Elijah Williams, and it is 14-0 on the first play. Points off turnovers. Pott and Melbourne capitalizes on the near 90-yard pick six. And just like that, it's 14-0. Wow. That flipped this game on its head right there. Did he get that? He drills it. Good. I couldn't tell. The official, for some reason, just didn't feel it necessary to put his arms all the way up. So 16-0 is the score. 7:03 to play. What a turn of events. You could literally feel the air sucked out of this side of the stadium because West Melbourne comes in as the home team, so they get the home team side. I'm sitting on the Cocoa side. And that fourth down play, as soon as the ball was snapped, quarterback just threw it up over there and camping underneath of it. And I believe it was Malik Hearns there on that one. Like I said, if it wasn't Hearns, it was Huntley Kesey. And one of those two guys ran it back 90 yards, nearly 90 yards, 89 yards, and set up the West Melbourne offense for first and goal at the 1, and then immediately taking it in on the first play was Elijah Williams. The extra point is good, and we are 16-0 West Melbourne, and he just crushes this one down to picked up at the 22, and West Melbourne's fired up, and why shouldn't they be? Looking for their first championship of the day to end the Tigers' 2-for-2 streak. West Melbourne is 0-for-2 today, as they lost to Fort Pierce and Cocoa earlier in the 8U game. 6:55 to play in the first half, and Cocoa's got to come up with something now. How about the 2 extra points by Morrow? All right, Cocoa got to do something. And they'll start with 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. And that is going to be a TFL, maybe a loss of 1. And again, that West Melbourne defense playing well. 2nd and 10, no gain, no TFL. I'd have given him a TFL. Actually, it is a loss. 2nd and 11, he lost 1, so it is a tackle for loss. If you're West Melbourne, this is exactly how you wanted to start this today. West Melbourne will play in one more championship game. The Tigers with 2 coming up. The Tigers and West Melbourne will play again coming up in the 12U game. And then the 14U game, the big heavyweight battle coming up, will be Merritt Island and Cocoa. How about that? Throwing him down. Jaden O'Connor. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 14. O'Connor again. So 3rd and 15 for Cocoa here. I can't imagine another pass of just throwing this up. Back his sidecar left. He does. Oh, my goodness. And guess what? I know it's number 33. I know it. He did the same thing. That was the same exact play. And it is Malik Hearns, who had the last pick, has that pick, read it the whole way. 2 consecutive drives and the same exact way for Coco. Hitting the X button, and Malik Hearns is on the other end of it. And West Melbourne, the Broncos, take over 1st and 10 at the Coco 47. And this is an opportunity, if they can somehow get the ball in the end zone here, to maybe, just maybe, start hammering nails into the coffin of the Tigers. And I know it's early, but right now that Coco offense can't run the football, and I certainly wouldn't continue with that particular passing attack. I might look for something a little shorter coming out of the backfield, but that I wouldn't do. I wouldn't just throw it up out there, especially to Malik Hearns' side. He's been not the intended target, but he is certainly the receiver coming up with him. But he's wearing the wrong color jersey. And leading him back out on the field is Owen Morrow. And look for Jaden O'Connor to try to break one here with Cochran in front. Morrow under center, straight I formation. 1st and 10 for the Broncos from the Tiger 47. Tigers defense not set. They are now. This is, look at O'Connor going. O'Connor gets outside. He's got a shot. O'Connor at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, West Melbourne. Jaden O'Connor, 47 yards. And it's 22-0. And again, points off turnovers. We just said, watch for Jaden O'Connor to break it here, and he does. The Tigers' defense was not set up front, and O'Connor ran right through him. And Morrow on for the extra point. A beautiful display of football thus far by West Melbourne. Morrow looking to make it 3 for 3 on extra points. The snap, the hold, and that kick is no good. But with 4:40 to play in the first half, 22-0, West Melbourne Broncos on top. Welcome back to DC Roofing Stadium. 12th quarter here. 4:40 to go in the first half. 22-0. West Melbourne on top. And they are simply dominating the day. Coco's offense can't get anything going as they have turned the ball over twice on successive drives, and the same way to the same DB. As West Melbourne gets set to kick off here. 4:40 to play in the first half. Yes, 12th quarter. That ball's up in the air and goes out of bounds. It did touch somebody, so it won't be a penalty. Let me fix that there so that, obviously. There you go. That should make everybody happy. There you go. Okay, here we go. I don't know why he threw a flag. That touched somebody. It went 10 yards. Shouldn't be a flag. Unless there was another infraction on the play. I'm not sure what it would have been, though. I guess it didn't touch anybody, and we're going to kick it again. So here we go. Coming up at halftime, absolutely nothing. We'll take our 10-minute break and be back with the third quarter. Coco's got a lot of adjustments to make at halftime. They got to figure out how to stop Jaden O'Connor, first of all. Offensively, they got to figure out how to convert third down without throwing interceptions. And a busted play here, and the quarterback's going to be forced to keep, and West Melbourne just going to track it down. And coming up to make the stop, or at least force the play in, is Malik Hearns, and then ultimately finishing it off is Jake Cochran, and that is a loss of 2. And staying down is the ball carrier there, so we got send the teams off to take a knee, and we'll be right back here on Brevard Sports Network.
Holy Trinity Cheerleaders love Brevard Sports
Go! Let's go 2 minutes of rockers to fire it up.
All right, the young man has walked off under his own power, and we want to thank Ubrizati. Big combine coming up December 13th. And we'll stay tuned to Brevard Sports Network for information on that. And it's 2nd down and 12 now, and the snap is high, direct snap. And he goes nowhere, but out of bounds, and in there to make sure he doesn't go any further. That's right, Jay Cochran. Cochran's a player. Fullback, linebacker, hitter, ball player. It's kind of kid everybody wants on their team. You hate playing against him, but you love him when he's on your team. And that's not going to work out well for Coco, and wisely falling on it is going to be number 44, Zaire Jones, and that's going to bring up 4th down and a trip back up to 5:20 for a first. And literally 4th and 25, and I just, with 3:18 to go, I don't think, unless they may not have a punter, so I don't think you give West Melbourne the football here. I think you got to punt this if you got a foot or a leg on this team. You got to punt this. But it looks like they're going to line up with 3 wide receivers, and I hope they just don't throw this thing up. And if they do, I hope they don't do it on the side of Malik Hearns, because he's made them pay twice. There's the snap. And, yep, throws it up, and that's picked. And this could be a pick 6 at the 30, at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, West Melbourne. And that could be the proverbial nail in the coffin before we even reach halftime. Unbelievable. 3 straight possessions end in picks. As soon as I know what young man did that. What a play. Can't see his number all the way over here. Looks like it was number 2 for West Melbourne. And that's Kingston at the end. And at the end, grabbed it and just took off with it. And that is a beaut, Clark. Straight down Broadway. 8 more. Tack it on. It's 30-0. The Broncos pouring it on. My goodness. My goodness. What can you say? My bad. Oh, no, man. No, man. Come on, man. No, I'm the idiot that put 12th quarter up. No, just, I may sound, I didn't mean to sound like that. My apologies. That's on me. My 4th game today. Look at this. West Melbourne's got it. And you know who got it? Etienne got it. How about the young man that just had the pick 6? Etienne recovers the onside kick, and West Melbourne wants to make sure that this one finishes quickly. It's no. Did he throw a flag? That ball went 10 yards, man. Come on. Oh, I tell you, sometimes you just... I'll go down there and show them the replay. Nah, you can't. You can't take that away. I think he's trying to say that ball didn't go 10 yards. It sure did. Yeah, that's a great call picking that flag up. At the end, jumped up in the air. Yeah, that's a great play, man. You can't take that away. That was 10 yards in the air. Why is it first down Coco? No, okay. They picked the flag. Listen, man. This is somehow Coco's got the football. I don't know how, but it ain't the right call. Period. End of story. 1st and 10 for the Tigers, and they got to do something here. They got to score here. Still pushing. Great effort. Love it. Down 30-0, and just refuses to go down. That's pride in these young men, and you love to see it. I formation. Story of the first half, though, has got to be the 3 interceptions that 30. I'm not sure. I know in Pop Warner football, a running clock is 28-0. I don't know what it is in ACYAA action, but Coca better score to ensure that doesn't happen. 90 seconds to play in the first half, and uh-oh. Hadley over there playing a little Bruno Mars. I think next time I want to sit on top of the roof over there. I see Hadley getting a plate over there. That one. I don't need one. I'll take it. I mean, if it's any different than the one, yeah, I'll take this one. Yeah, as long as you're sure he does. He's got one over there. I'll take it. Yeah, thank you. No, I'm good. I printed all mine today. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what. You can get on him, all right? You tell him. You handled yours. You did. Yes, ma'am. I printed mine. Hadley did not. Yes, ma'am. Third down now. I hate breaking the news to the team moms when they come all the way over here in the booth to bring me a roster, and they're supposed to go to the other side to Hadley. That is not an easy trek back across this stadium and up all these cement steps. I just unfortunately had to break this poor woman's heart, and I took the roster just because I didn't want the trip to be for nothing. And there's a flag down. He's down. So it's 35, Lake High School. Thank you, Coach. I appreciate that. No one's there. Appreciate that. 35. I like that. I like that it's 35. Oh, he says it's he said decline the penalty. Okay, I thought he was saying incomplete pass. I was like, no, he called that. So fourth down here, and you know what I'm hoping doesn't happen. I've said it 3 straight consecutive drives. Maybe it's time to throw the ball across the middle. I was like, I know you can all hear that in the background. It sounded like a tornado siren. What is it? Is that an ambulance? It's like a traveling tornado sign driving down Palm Bay Road. 20 seconds to go here. I I don't know what I would do here. I definitely, oh, my goodness. Take the sack, young man. Yeah, that's what you got. The ball's out. Flag's out. And in on the sack is number 42. It's John McLaughlin that picks up the sack. Now, if you're West Melbourne here, you got 12 seconds left. You turn around and hand it to the baddest man on the field today, Jaden O'Connor. And say, Jaden, if you can get to the end zone, we'll start the second half with a running clock. Here comes the Cocoa defense. O'Connor back to... O'Connor's not even in. This is going to be number 22. What? Why did Cocoa take a timeout? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They had 11. I'm not sure why Cocoa took a timeout. Wrong personnel or formation. Trotting on is number 31, who I think they wanted out there. Carlisle Stahl. So Stahl looks like a grown college freshman. Big young man. I'm shocked by this. I really am. This was not the outcome I expected. But Melbourne, West Melbourne, and I apologize if I keep saying Melbourne. I know that drives people in West Melbourne crazy, and I don't do it to do that. So I apologize for that, first of all. West Melbourne, the Broncos, have now scored in the semifinals and in this championship game 85 points. Coco put up 45 last week. So I wouldn't be shocked at all here to see West Melbourne throw the ball here. And that's exactly what they're going to do. And they do get it out. And guess who they get it out to? Jaden O'Connor. I like the idea. I really do. And West Melbourne's going to take a timeout as they really think that they could get into the end zone here. That was Jaden O'Connor on a little out route there. And there's O'Connor. So they'll try one more play here to put this ball in the end zone for a big play to give them 36-38, 36-37, 38 nothing lead heading into the locker room, or at least under the goalpost. 4.6 seconds to go. Coming up at halftime. Nothing. If you're here and you're listening, I know I've been sitting up in this booth all day, and I'm going to get on Billy Palmer because I see Hadley over there with a plate, probably a cold drink. And I know I'm a long way away, but whew. And I don't have time to go jump in line. But all I can smell is this barbecue flying out of one of these trucks today that is hitting like I don't know what. Oh, my gosh, it smells good. So I hope Hadley's over there enjoying his. 2nd and 5. I'll get him 2 weeks. Coco will be back home playing in a regional championship. They're going to win next week. And this time he rolls right. He's looking to buy time. He's got a receiver. He overshot it. He had him. That's the end of the first half. We'll be back and see what adjustments Coco makes here. West Melbourne doesn't need to make any. It's 30-0. West Melbourne kicks off the start of the second half as they try to end the Tigers' 2-for-2 streak here today on Super Bowl Saturday from DC Roofing Stadium in Palm Bay. And, yeah, an interesting first half as 30-0. And I did not expect that. I'm sure many of you did not. Look at this kick. My goodness, this kid's got a leg, Morrow does. This thing's going to go all the way back to the 10. Scooped up, no blockers, and he's in a world of trouble. I mean, he had not one guy block for him on that kick. And that was 10 West Melbourne guys on one. That would have been the run of the century had he broke through that. And Coco will start, and we'll see what adjustments the Tigers made at halftime as they take over 1st and 10 from their own 18-yard line. I want to thank Uberzati, our 11U game sponsor. I don't know if they got a Wildcat or some sort. Well, Tigers going to run the play. Yeah, I don't blame them. Yeah, look at this. Sorry about that. Yeah, I was too busy watching. Coco set up and just ran the play. And West Melbourne was on the sidelines. I don't know what they were doing. But that's first down, man. Kudos to the Tigers. They need 30 points. They can't mess around. This is the hurry up. Sorry you missed that. That was wild. Normally the courtesy is to wait for the other team, but there ain't no courtesy in football. This ain't baseball. There ain't no unwritten rules. You do not have to wait for the other team. Coco did not. They got to get points on the board. They snapped the football. Good for them. I just never seen that before because usually the offense will wait. I've seen it happen in the NFL. Straight up the gut. And Coco Parker with the carry there. And that's going to be a Tiger first down. So a good start to the second half for Coco, who needs a plethora of points. Yeah, I would have ran it myself, man. There ain't no doubt I would have ran that play. Yeah, this ain't baseball. Okay. No bunting to break up a perfect game. What? I'm getting on base. Oh, nice tackle. And that'll be no gain. This guy right here just gave up. He just gave up. He said, no, I don't even feel like holding the stick no more. Look at him. Player bent down and picked it up and handed it to him. It's a long day here sometimes. It is definitely a long day. 2nd and 8. Coco. Nice cutback there. One step left. I tell you what, this young man, I love the fact that Coco uses him as a back, or Cale Bell, because he's patient. He's got some speed. Certainly has power. Big young man. So it's going to be 3rd and short. There will be no punting in the second half for Coco. They can ill afford to give this ball back in any which fashion you choose. Ball is dead on the 50. This is about the best drive the Tigers have had today. 7:21 to play. I just saw Durant Guilford, who is the defensive coordinator. Well, that's one of the storylines. The 14. Oh, no. That you can't have. And that'll bring up 4th and 1. Coco gets it back, luckily. So the 14U game coming up is going to feel like a little high school football state championship in miniature. I was just talking to Durant Guilford at halftime, the Coco Tigers defensive back for the high school team, who is the defensive coordinator for the 14U Merritt Island team tonight. That's a false start, and that's going to back it up. The entire left side of the Tigers' offensive line jump, but they're going to call offside, so take it and move 5 yards and run the next play. Hadley just as shocked as I am that they called encroachment on that one. Hadley said encroachment. So 1st and 10. Here come the Tigers. 6:46. Oh, he nearly dropped the ball. 2 points of contact, young man. Put that ball in the elbow and cover the top of it off. In there on the stop was Corey Caulfield. And Caulfield makes the stop. Lost it 2, 2nd and 12. So a TFL for number 7 for the Broncos. Caulfield. There you go. Nice little bubble screen over there. Not even a bubble screen, just a quick out to the wide receiver. And at least it wasn't down the field. That's what you got to do. Get the ball to your playmakers in space. And the Tigers did it there, and it pays off. Short gain, but nonetheless a gain. So now it's a gain of 5, so it's like 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, because remember, 2nd and 12. So 3rd down here for Coco. Oh, nice cutback. Look at that cutback right there. Good vision, still on his feet. 1st down. Love it. Bell with a great run, picks up 10. He needed 8, and it's 1st and 10 for the Tigers now from the West Melbourne 30. Here comes Coco. We didn't quite get to a running clock. 35, I'm told by Coach Nellums. And so I wonder if there's ever been, and we're going to get the water break already with 5:11 to go. I wonder if there's ever been a situation like in high school football. I'm sure there has, where a team hits a running clock. Say it's 35-0 coming out of the half, right? Or whatever. Yeah, because it's completely necessary to run down Palm Bay Road with no exhaust like that. Anyway, let's say it's, a running clock. I wonder if any team that was on the wrong end of that has actually come back in a football game. Boy, that'd be wild, wouldn't it? Because you got, in high school football, realistically, 24 straight minutes to do that if you come out of the dressing room with a running clock. One, you got to be a good enough team to do it, because if you've fallen behind by that much, chances are you're not. So I'd be interested to know if anything like that's ever happened. If anybody knows, let me know. Uh-oh. Oh, no. But he's open. Had to come back for it. And that's actually going to be a loss of 3 yards on the play. That's going to be 2nd and 13. I mean, phew. He had to come back for that. Might have been a pass you just might want to just let drop. 4:39. Boy, this is a quick-moving third here. Coco's got to cash in here soon. Of course, when I asked Duran what he expected to see today, and he told me that Merritt Island would win the championship. There you go. There's a nice little pass on the outside. Again, what a cut. Zips back and close to a 1st down. He's got it. That's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 20. Yeah, move the chains. That's a 1st down. Yes, indeed. Bell up the middle. He's not going to pick up anything there. It's going to be 2nd and 10. 3:40 to go in the third and running. Now time is just not on the side of Cocoa anymore. You got 13 minutes and 35 seconds to go, and you need 30 points to get there. But I love the fight in the Tigers, and you just knew that Coach Weaver's team wasn't going to quit. They didn't. You don't see the shoulder hanging out there, and they're disappointed. Sure, they don't want to be down 30-0, but they're fighting. And this time, West Melbourne stops big number 44. Zaire Jones. Third down now, and Coco's probably going to have to throw the football again. 2 more games left on the day today. It started this morning at 9 o'clock with Cocoa converting an extra point in the flag game. The difference against the Melbourne Chargers Elite. And, yeah, that's the one thing that'll kill a drive right there is a snap past the quarterback. And that's a loss of 10, and now it's 4th and 20. And all hope has just absolutely flown out of the hot air balloon known as the Cocoa Tigers opening drive of the second half. And Coco's going to take a timeout to discuss what they have in the playbook for 4th and 20. But just to recap, Coco's flag team with an ACYAA championship, 13-12 over the Chargers Melbourne Elite. Cocoa with an 18-0 over the West Melbourne Spurs in the 8U game. Fort Pierce flips the script on West Melbourne. The red team lost earlier this season 20-13, but shut out the Outlaws of West Melbourne 18-0 behind an outstanding performance from their running game. And here we are in the 11U game where it's 30-0 West Melbourne as Coach Ray Sims and his staff are well on their way to capturing West Melbourne's first ACYAA championship of the day. Fourth and 20. That's a screen. Nice screen. I like the call, man. I really like the call. It's just not going to get there. He picked up 13. That's a turnover on downs in West Melbourne. It's good play, well executed by an 11U team, but it's not enough. And, again, it's different. It's an adjustment, and I like it, but it's just not going to be enough. And West Melbourne will take over 1st and 10 as the Broncos now, I would not be surprised to see the man that started it as the man that finishes it, and I'm talking about Jaden O'Connor. He has been the man-child on the field today. And I don't see him out. Oh, yeah, he's lined up in the slot near side there. There are 3 wide receivers to the left. Cochran's in the backfield with Morrow, and he's in the slot. And it goes right to him. And Cocoa with a great defensive adjustment, and that's going to be a loss on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 12, and the Tigers read that like a Dr. Seuss book and take him down. They let him catch the ball and immediately converged on him. Good play. "95 seconds to play in the third quarter." We just started the third quarter, didn't we? And Owens rolls, looking, fires. Oh, picked off. Pick 6, touchdown. Cocoa Tigers stepping right in front of that one. And that is a touchdown. I'll tell you what, that's the 4th interception of the day by both of these teams, and I'm waiting to get the young man's number because he read that beautifully, stepped right in front of it, number 21 for Coco with the pick six. Marion Brathwaite. Alan. Brathwaite. Marion Brathwaite with the pick six. And Brathwaite did a beautiful job of not jumping the route too soon. And this is Bell, and Bell gets in, and Coco will not be shut out. A pick six by Marion Brathwaite has the Tigers on the board. It's 30-7. Well, you sense an onside kick coming. Oh, there we go. There we go. Miss Visay coming through for me. Oh, wow. That's cool. That's a good one right there. I like that. Thank you, Mr. Hawkins. Appreciate you. Well, you got to, first of all, did Coco get that? First of all, you got to. He says it's West Melbourne ball. I want to see this get interesting, but it's not going to happen now. I thought maybe they would recover it. Say coming up to, I thought you can like. This AI stuff is wild, man. I'll be asking AI some crazy stuff to, in terms of like research. Did this ever happen? Did that ever happen? Then I go on YouTube and watch it. AI is not always your friend, though. I've learned that lesson the hard way. Yeah, I think West Melbourne's done with the out routes to O'Connor. What are we going to get here? We got a flag, got a hold against West Melbourne. That's going to back them up 10 yards. And a face mask, so that's going to be offsetting penalty. So we got 15 and a 10. Please don't walk off 10 and then 15. All right. I can't believe people bring all those tents. It's a beautiful day. It's like Tent City on the other side of the stadium. Look at this run. Oh, my goodness. Look at him go. 5, touchdown. He just ran right through the Coco Tigers defense like they were not even there. John McLaughlin, and it is 36-7. It was just a straight dive play. Back when I was playing Pop Warner, he called that a 22 dive and straight through the number 2 hole. And he ran, and he was basically untouched with a little stiff arm push. And 55 yards later, finds pay dirt. That young man gets his name in the championship history book. Snapped the hold, and no, that thing did not have a shot. And with 57.9 seconds to play in the third, West Melbourne 36, Coco 7. I'm not sure what the interior of the Coco Tigers defense was doing on that play, but it was not tackling. I mean, look, I'm not taking anything away from McLaughlin. I mean, that was a great run, straight up the middle. But he went uncontested. And that, listen, his offensive line, this offensive line has been fantastic today. These two teams played a pretty tight defensive battle the last time they played. And of course, last week, both teams combined for 100 points in the semifinal. West Melbourne scoring 55 and now has scored 91 in the last 2 weeks. And hopefully he gets some blocking this time. He does. And not much, though. And there's the rest of the Tigers coming back. So it's 1st and 10 for Coco, who's going to be working on. I know we got some All-Star games coming up we're going to be calling. December 13th here, we got the ACYA All-Star games. That's on a Saturday. And we'll be on the call for those. And then that night, we have the senior high school football all-star game, sponsored by BSN Sports, not Brevard Sports Network, but BSN Sports. And we'll be on the call all day and night for that as well. I believe Alex Goins has me going up for the MFYCC Super Bowls coming up here in a couple of weeks. We'll see about that. Or a week. Don't know what Space Coast is doing. Usually we do those Super Bowls as well. Not sure. Haven't heard. Oh, look at this, a double pass. Good play call. Chance here. And, ball's out. And West Melbourne will recover it. And I'll tell you what, that's a great play that ends with a fumble. The player was absolutely pelted at the end, coughed up the ball. The double pass was a thing of beauty. And it ends with a fumble and a West Melbourne recovery. And we may never get to the end of this third quarter. It flew to start, but has slowed to a crawl to finish. Good job, young man. He's up and walking off. Glad you're feeling okay. Put 2 hands on the ball next time. That was the same young man that just had, I feel bad for him, he just had the pick 6. You didn't bring me a cold Diet Coke, huh? It's all right, man. That's all right, because I didn't bring the double mixer either. Adam Franco has joined me here in the booth as he will be on the 14U, right? 14U coming up. That's a big one. That's a big one. And West Melbourne takes over. There's the pitch. And, yep. That, I hope, is the final play of the third quarter. Second and 7. They're going to have to run a play. This crew will throw a flag. No, we're not. All right, we'll be back with the start of the fourth. 36-7 West Melbourne on top. I know I got it on mute, but I'll be right back. I am following the action, though. All right, the big fullback still getting the good carries in there as he's working his way through. A good game. McLaughlin already over 100 yards thanks to that big touchdown run he had. This is McLaughlin again. McLaughlin does not have blazing speed, but he's got impeccable balance. And there's a tremendous difference between the two, but his balance is absolutely incredible. We got a whistle and a timeout. Somebody hurt or what? Yeah, we got an injured player down. Tell you what, I'm proud of the ACYAA today. On time, all day. We were like 10 minutes late after the first game, and then after that, caught right up. Real quick, we'll recap high school football last night. 1A MCC. I've been covering high school football in Brevard County for 14, 15 years, and that is the first 3-7 team that I've ever seen in this county go to a regional semifinal. But they are. They beat Orlando Christian Prep last night in a weird football game, 21-4. And in 2A, the Cocoa Tigers, Champ Smith with 4 touchdown passes to 4 different wide receivers. Maul, Smith, White, and Zay Hawkins with touchdown catches. And Chappell and Scott with touchdown runs in the Tigers romp. In 3A, it was Merritt Island all over Titusville right from the jump. O'Galley over Tavares. Those two will meet in 3A2 next week. In 4A, Rockledge goes down. 5A, Heritage goes down. 6A, Vieira puts up the most points they've put up in the playoffs since the days of Kevin Mays, who's the head coach here now, as they win a big one last night over Riverview. Melbourne falls to Armwood. And we don't have any 7A teams. In SSAA action, Space Coast and Merritt Island Christian both lose. Oh, look at this. Look at that play. That's a play the Ravens love to run. That little pitch, that little misdirection pitch, everybody goes left, and the misdirection pitch goes right. That's a beautiful play. Good job by the Tigers defense to prevent that from picking up any more yards than it already did. 5:59 to play in this one. And it is all West Melbourne. A score here will elevate that board quickly in terms of the clock. Keeper, and there's, I'll tell you what. Owens is a master putting on a master class in this age group with that pitch, with that execution. Oh, yeah? Former Beachside 10U quarterback, I'm told. Oh, yeah? Yes, I do remember him, yeah. Man, he's good. Man, he is good. Touchdown again. There's the balance. The impeccable command of the offense by Owen Morrow. And there's your running clock. 42-7. Run it, gentlemen. And the referee says run it, and we are. I am really impressed by that young man. I mean, you know, look, there are youth quarterbacks that turn around, hand the ball off, or pitch it. But this kid's running quick counters inside. That misdirection pitch is not easy for this age group. Look at that little counter. But oh, my gosh. The extra point is good, but he paid the price dearly for getting in. Running clock, 43-7. Back in a moment. All right. Welcome back here, and the clock is running. 3 minutes to go. And looks like Coco's going to be wearing their camouflage uniforms. Well, he fumbled the ball. That's a fumble. He was not down. He's going to call him down, but he wasn't down. He dropped the ball before he hit the ground. Referee says, no, he was down. He was down. But I get it. 2:30 to go here. I'm curious to see if the Tigers will take any timeouts to try to run any plays. Or you just get out of here, take your lumps, and your runner-up trophy. West Melbourne has dominated this one from start to finish today, and they did it in a plethora of ways. They did it with 3 interceptions. Our offensive player of the game is going to be Jaden O'Connor. Our defensive player of the game today is going to be Malik Hearns. And we got players coming in and out. And as soon as this one's over, we're going to end it. I got to get the scoreboard and all set up for the 12U game. And then we'll be back in about 15 minutes. I don't think that 12U game is going to start till 4 o'clock anyway. So, 90 seconds. That could very well be the final play, as I think. Yeah, there's ice on the field, so the coach got hit with the Gatorade bucket. The Broncos with the most convincing win of the day, a 43-7 win over Cocoa. The Tigers are now 2-1 on the day in championships. And West Melbourne moves to 1-2. 40 seconds, final play coming up. They got to run this one. I want to thank all of you. I'm sure you'll all be back sometime tonight. Hey, Mr. Hawkins, you ain't lying about that AI. Why not? And this might be a pick six back the other way. No, nice job to prevent that. But that's going to be the end of the game. And that'll do it. Fourth interception of the game. Obviously seals it. That ends it. Your final, the 2025 11U Super Bowl champions, the West Melbourne Broncos. We'll see you in about 15